into the Export Beer Garden studio for the Mad Monday podcast, thanks to the legends at 4 and 20 Pies. I'm Tino Whaasua Manaiawi. I'm joined by Izaak Selesele.
Hello.
Fresh off the end of the Warriors season, round one elimination. Izaak, you'll be stoked as an Eels fan. The Warriors season lasted 1 week longer than the Eels.
Yeah, well, I mean, we could have actually booked the same flight to Cancun. We should have just parked up, gone for a team trip. You know, really connected to.
Let's rip straight into it. The game itself, it was 24 to 8. 28 to 8. 8 to 24. I've already put this thing out of my mind. It's 24 to 8. It was one of those ones where, so I went along to the game. I went to Lilywell beforehand to get responsibly obliterated. I went and sat in the south stand until it started pissing down with rain, and the guys in front of us put an umbrella up. So I was like, I'm probably not going to sit in the rain and not watch the game.
Yeah.
So I went and stole some seats under the cover and watched that game. And I got to be honest, the first half I had hope. I was sending texts to my dad. I was like, I think we're on here. I think we're on. And I could pinpoint the exact moment where all Warriors fans' hearts were broken, and it was when we had pinned the Panthers down in their own 20. Nathan Cleary, end of their set, an immense defensive set for the Wars. Cleary from the 20 kicks it, and it bounces the way I've never seen a rugby league. I've never seen a stadium bounce like that before. Like, we need to study that like we studied the moon landing. I've never seen a ball jag back like that. I've seen that happen maybe once, but then for it to bounce back again, pop up for them, and that was when that took the crowd entirely out of the game. And that was because the crowd did a really good job in the first half of keeping the boys up, I think. When that happened, that just sucked the air out of the room. Then there was the double movement. I was kind of okay with that one. The ball was grounded in the field of play, and then he didn't move his arms or anything. He just bounced over.
Momentum, yeah.
I was okay with that one, but it was heartbreaking when, finals games on the line. I've seen other pundits who actually played in the league say like that should have been a double movement, and that had been called a double movement all year. The very next kickoff after that try was awarded, there's a knock-on and goal. This one, when this happened, so we're kicking off, they knock it. It was ruled sideways.
Yeah.
And when that happened, sitting up in the south stand, whichever stand the broadcast sits on, I probably exposed the kids in front of me to a bit too much Warriors culture. When that happened, their mother turned around and eyeballed me and was like, oh, sorry. But also, these kids are going to know. That's part of the experience.
Yeah. Don't bring them to the game if you don't want every single explicit.
If you don't want to feel the mana being expressed in the stands, don't bring them there. And they'll take that with them. They'll be like, remember that crazy man that sat behind? That knock-on, that one really pissed me off because if you're going to say that went sideways, which we sit here every week and we say the NRL's adjudicated on vibe, and the vibe is he fucked that up. So that should have been our ball. If you're going to say, okay, that one went sideways, all right, fine. Then the guy that got it, because it dribbled sideways and then curved forward to the guy that was running back to pick it up, he could only have been offside. So that was either a knock-on or an accidental offside. It can't have been neither of them.
The fact that they call it sideways as well.
Yeah.
Anything that's not backwards is considered a knock-on.
Yeah. Stone cold drop down, that's considered a knock-on. But that one really broke me. Were the Panthers better than us on Saturday night? Probably. Were they that much better than us? I don't think so.
No, but no.
I really don't think so. And I know we always sit here and, bitch about the refs and, if this try hadn't have gone this way and that one. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, that's the end of the Warriors season. But I do think we'll get into the awards later on, but I think that was a good season for the Wars. We always come in here and talk about, is it our year? And I think a lot of people think that means, do you win the whole competition? I think it just means, did you have a good season? Can you be proud of the Wars?
Yeah.
And
it was a good building block season for the Wars. I'm probably not the best person to be asking because obviously I'm with Eels. We've been building for however many years.
You guys wrote the book on building, actually.
Yeah, it's just we're either in the top four or it's a rebuild season.
Yeah.
And we've had a good season as well, but I think the Warriors have had I think it's a good season for the Warriors. The only thing that kind of leaves question in it is how reliant on Metcalf.
Yeah.
I've seen it time and time again this year as well. Perfectly mirrors with the Eels. Moses is in. We win, I think, 7 of 9 games. But Moses is out. We drop. Like, we only win 3 or 4. Are we saying Metcalf is an important factor today? Obviously, tying in the fact that Mitch Barnett was gone as well. He was a massive out. New South Wales forward. Big loss. That's my only thing. I do think it was a good year for the Waz, but where are we at with Luke Metcalf?
Yeah, well, because you were looking at the results, weren't you? Because when I come in, you asked me what round did Luke Metcalf get injured in, and from memory, it was somewhere around round 12, and that's because you were looking at our win-loss record.
Yeah, and it just took a absolute plunge around the round 14 mark.
That was when we were sitting in about second. The voting had just gone behind closed doors for Dally M.
Yeah.
He was at the top.
And fourth. Warriors were in the top fourth.
Yeah.
For 16 rounds, I think.
Yeah.
For the first 16 rounds. And then I'm going to go from round 14-ish. So 40 to 10 against the Sharks.
Yep.
Great.
Then
we head into a bye. 28-18 Panthers loss.
Yep.
26-12 Broncos loss.
Yep.
Which are forgivable teams to lose to. Let's see, another bye, which is always good to get the 2 points. Yeah, barely. 34-14 against the Tigers, so a dub there.
Yeah, Tigers suck.
Lecker's magic try, 20-15 against the Knights, and then an L against the Titans, another L against the Dolphins, 32-14 Bulldogs, scrape a win against the Dragons.
Yeah.
And then get over the Titans again, but then the 2 games, obviously, Parramatta and then heading into Manly.
Yeah, it was if you had been able to flip the season around on its head, I feel like finals would have been completely different. You know, we'd be sitting here telling a different story, but everyone's injured in September, so, you know, this is just how the NRL goes. But I do think this was a good year. I give that year, if I'm going to give that a grade, I mean, A+ is winning a final, isn't it?
Yeah.
A is making a final. That's a B+, I reckon.
B+?
B+. It's not quite an A-. I think if we had won that game, 2023 was an A- for me. So I'll give that a B+. Speaking of dishing out awards randomly, the New Zealand Warriors awards were on yesterday. Now, last night at the time of recording this, we haven't heard anything about Mad Monday yet. And I don't think we will, because I think we're pretty good at keeping it under wraps. I have heard stories that in the past the Warriors have had, or some NRL teams, I don't know if it is the Warriors or not, just allegedly, have had it away at like a secluded place where they go and have their Mad Monday. And they had a fleet of vans sitting outside the front that had a list of all of the players with their photos, their name, their home address, and their contact number, like who to contact. So when someone gets tossed in the back of this van, the driver doesn't even need to ask him who he is or where he lives. He can just look down the thing and be like, yep, Izaak, he lives here, and just drive him straight.
Check it off,
Yeah. I think that's high level. And I wonder if that was going on yesterday, because apparently a lot of the boys just showed up in a little worse for wear to the awards ceremony. It's always weird to me how soon they have the awards ceremony after the season finishes. The Raiders just had theirs yesterday.
Yeah.
But they're still going. And it's like, I don't know, wouldn't you want to wait till the end of the season? Or are rugby league players too untrustworthy?
I think it's that. I genuinely think it's that.
Yeah. So they dished out their awards. There's a bunch for Jersey Flag. All the teams got their awards in there. People's Choice, Leka Halasima. Rookie of the Year, Leka Halasima. Do you think he was snubbed in the NRL Rookie of the Year race?
For the Players Awards? Who not getting it?
Mark Nawangani-Tuase.
Nawangani-Tuase. I think so. Mark played half the season. He didn't even play, I think he missed, a really good chunk of the season.
Did.
I think it's just recency bias that's had Leka had scoring that try against the Knights maybe in the last game against Manly to win. Maybe it might have skewed some votes, but Mark's been on an absolute tear.
Yeah, I got to be honest. Like you look at Mark Nawangani-Tuase, there were 2 back-to-back games where he scored 4 tries, then 3, then he scored again on the weekend. He was the leading try scorer this season, outright.
And it's not just your put-down tries.
No.
They're speckies. Every single one. I feel like he almost goes out of his way to make it more athletic than it needs to be.
But a razzle dazzle,
Yeah, it could just be a simple put down. He's having 80% of his body out.
Yeah.
Nobody's contesting you. Just put it down.
The motherfucker's 35 years old, though.
I know, but it is. I heard you guys talking about this the other day, Joe, and I know that, like, yeah, he's already had a whole career. He's not what you would think of as a rookie, but that is his first year in the NRL. And you know, it's actually not Lecker's first year in the NRL. I think he played a game or two last year.
I think it's maybe 5.
Yeah.
5's the max you can play before you're not considered a rookie the next year.
So if you're going to scrub Mark Nwanganu Tuasi out, you probably have to scrub Lecker out as well.
No.
No.
Yeah, so he was Rookie of the Year. He was People's Choice of the Year. NRL Player of the Year. So this is the NRL Player of the Year. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. He also won the Simon Mannering Medal. Now we're going to talk about this later on with the Pantsman. I've got a conspiracy theory on that. We'll get back to it later when the Notorious Pantsman Joel Harrison joins us. What I liked, my favourite award out of all of these is NRL Clubman of the Year, which I've always equated to GC of the Year. It's like, who does everyone just love having around? And it was Dimitri Vaimonga, which I really like.
I wasn't a fan of what was his name? Sorry, Dimitri Sifakula.
Sifakula, yeah.
Before. Now he's Vaimonga.
You're okay with it?
I give him the pass. But I thought he had one of the best seasons. If Lecker didn't have the season he did, Vaimonga should definitely be up there.
Yeah, for rookie.
For rookie.
I agree with you. Although again, he probably played about 10 games last year.
But he did change his name.
Yes, and a name change is worth a lot.
So I think that qualifies him for Rookie of the Year again.
So Lecker should change his name next year.
And then he's on for sure.
Please welcome Becca Hallisema.
Yes.
But I just like because you don't know a lot about the players, particularly when they're coming in fresh. You're like, oh, he's pretty handy on the field, and then to find out that the club reckons he's a GC, I reckon that's huge, and I'm pretty excited for the future. I feel like we've got all of a sudden we've got a young team.
Sam Healy, tennis Dale Smith,
who once scratched his balls and then shook my hand straight afterwards.
Wait, what?
Drive by on Tanner Dale Smith. He probably doesn't even remember this. I just saw him out at Mount Smart before one of the games. They just finished their games, and as he turned around, he was scratching his balls, and he saw me and reached out and shook my hand, and I just looked at him and I fucking shook his hand.
Yeah, you're not gonna not shake his hand.
And I was like, and first ready Eddie. So Eddie Eremaya Toiava. They, when you go to the game and they put this thing up on the big screen and it's like Andrew Webster getting you G'd up for the debut.
Yeah.
He's like, every time we come in here, he's the first one ready. My mate who I was at the game with turns to me and goes, got a good feeling about first ready Eddie.
Wait, did he scored on his debut, eh?
No.
Or was it the following week?
Next game. But they call him David Goggins at camp because he's just the fittest guy in the team.
Shit.
I love this group of dudes we've got coming through. Him, Jacob Laban, they've all got that like, something just a little off about them in the best kind of way. You're like,
what's their crew name that they came up with?
The Zesty Boys.
The Zesty Boys.
That sums it up.
That exactly sums it up.
Something just a little bit off about these boys and it's perfect.
My favourite thing about Vaimonga, did you see his interview where he was like, I just want to be the most feared cunt on the field. If I was a coach, I'm fucking starting that guy every week.
Andrew Webster's got Clubman of the Year, Dimitri Vaimonga. Yeah, that is powerful shit. So that's the end of the Warriors season. We'll put it to bed, throw dirt on it, and we'll be back for 2026, even better. We're going to take a quick break, come back to the TAB hunch, and go through the other finals games. All right, Isaac, in a few moments' time, we're going to be joined by a dear friend of the ACC, the Notorious Pantsman Joel Harrison. He's got some inside oil from over in Australia.
He always does.
I think, look, we're going to go through the other games here. Storm Bulldogs went chalk. I actually thought the Bulldogs were going to get up there. Critter gets injured. He's on the sideline in a moon boot for the game. It was pretty much a foregone conclusion. 26-18 in the end, that one. Then there was the upset. Sharks getting up over the Roosters. I don't think a lot of people had that. Certainly the TAB didn't. They had the Roosters as short favourites. That's huge for the Sharks, who I sort of thought everyone was dismissing the Sharks and the Warriors. And for them to just get up, smack the Roosters, send them to Cancun, it was a pretty big game.
Yeah.
I didn't see it because I was blind drunk, but...
Well, is because Sharks have just been on and off all season.
Yeah.
So that's why everyone was just riding him off. And then they come out and have that performance. The battle between Ronaldo and Marky Mark was one of the best battles I've ever seen.
So what podcast was he on? He was just saying, everyone talks about how good Mark's in the air. Like, I'm not new to this. I've been in the high ball game for a minute. It was like, fair enough, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Talk your shit. But the game of the round was Sunday night. It was honestly one of the best games of rugby league I've ever seen. You would have seen all the highlights. You would have heard everyone talking about it by now if you didn't see the game itself. But basically, Reece Walsh gets it. It was a pointless binning. Because it was Hudson Young, and I'm sure this is what Madge will be saying to Reece Walsh this week. Hudson Young came over to get in his face after I think they'd knocked the ball on or something. And why he did it was, if I can get their star fullback to overreact and get himself sin-binned, this is our best chance to win this game.
Yeah.
He did that, and that's exactly what happened. Reece Walsh responded, head-butted him, he got sin-binned, pulled the fingers at people on the way up the tunnel. But when he came back out, he looked like he was about to win a game of rugby league for the Brisbane Broncos.
Electric.
And he was. And you could tell because there's a bit of carry-on that comes with Reece Walsh. You know what I mean? Like, when he does something good, he lets people know about it. But he came back out onto the field. It was a bit of an attitude reset. He kicked that 40-20 from fucking seemed like row F.
He pumped it.
And it was like a frozen rope, just a laser straight down the field, 40-20. And he wasn't celebrating. He was calling plays. He was revving the boys up. It wasn't like jumping around, woohoo, I just
That's
did
scary.
This. It was like, let's go and win this fucking rugby game. And that's exactly what he did. They looked inevitable. And then just one of the wildest endings of all time. A drop goal, a missed attempt, a penalty. They come back, he kicks it, we're into overtime. A try, that gets taken back.
Yeah.
And then eventually the drop goal that fucking hits the post.
Yeah.
It was the wildest ending to a rugby league game I think I've seen in a long time. The only one that rings a bell, and it wasn't as wild, but a couple of years ago there was a Tigers game. It might have even been against the Roosters. They scored a try at one end, and then Luke Brooks picked the ball up and ran down the other end and scored a try unopposed.
Rabbits,
yeah.
Yeah, Tigers, yeah, I remember that. What was it? It was Big T Burgess.
Yeah.
Tommy Burgess, right at the line, fumbles it,
then ran 100 metres, and everyone in the stand was just like, what the fuck, who won that?
Yeah.
This was on that caliber, but with the added level of playoffs. And, I mean, that would have absolutely killed Ricky Stewart. But if you're either of those teams, if you're the Raiders, do you come away from that and go, geez, that was pretty disappointing, we really should have won that? Or do you go, fuck, pretty fluky, weird game? Don't take too much away from it.
I think more the second.
Yeah.
Like, they should have got up. They let it slip in a bit, and I think that's just the balances of the world. Obviously, they got the lucky bounce off Penrith field goal when they played Penrith, ran the length of the field, ended up scoring the try. I think they just didn't get the rubber to green that night. But it is a scary thing to think about.
And I can't help thinking after watching that, my estimation of the Raiders has come down a little bit, and my estimation of the Broncos has gone up.
At home as well.
Yeah. It was just the way that it felt inevitable. Like, if you're a conspiracy theorist and you think that there's a script in the NRL, this would be your smoking gun. You'd be like, see, they didn't want the Raiders to win. And I don't know. The Broncos all of a sudden have vaulted up from where I thought they were. Because they've been patchy. They've been up and down the Broncos. They've had good runs. Then it's been what's going on wrong with the Broncos. And now I'm just like, why can't they win the whole thing?
Well, they probably, I'm not sure if it's, do they have the most, stars across their side?
It seems that way, doesn't it? It really does seem that way.
Shibasaki came out of nowhere.
Yep.
Tony Staggs, former New South Wales, their backline star-studded. Ben Hunt as their, second, third string halfback?
Yeah.
Playing out of position, and then their forward pack can go of anybody.
Yeah. Carrigan, Haas. I mean, yeah. I don't disagree with you. I also do wonder because they're a bit of a glamour club, and so I wonder if they get... Because I always find this hard with the Warriors is how are our players perceived by other clubs? Would our players make their squad? Because they just crap on about the Roosters and the Broncos. I don't know. I think it's going to be pretty interesting going forward. Raiders versus Sharks this weekend. I still think the Raiders get it done. I think the Panthers get the Bulldogs.
Yeah. I think so too. Just going back to the Bulldogs game.
Yeah.
Is Kikau's... HIA, is that not a category? Was category 1 every day of the week?
Well, howdy, man.
Surely he should have been gone for the game.
Yeah.
Like, he took a massive hit to the head, and they're saying it was, fractured cheekbone.
Fractured his eye socket. Get him back out there.
But he stumbled.
Yeah.
And he was on the ground for 10 minutes. That's gone every day of the week.
Again, like I keep saying, the NRL's adjudicated on vibe, and the vibe is get that fucking kick out back out there. We need him.
To be fair, he almost got them, and then ended up obviously giving the game away.
Yeah.
Right at the end, but a bit of kick out magic could have gone there.
Yeah. No, you're right. They should have. But I don't know. Is he cleared to play the next week?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
Rugby league.
Yeah, rugby league.
Greatest game of all. All right, let's chuck a TAB hunch on, and then let's get the Pantsman on. This weekend, we're doubling down on last weekend. We've seen enough. Any game to go to Golden Point, and we are betting on yes. Anytime you've got the option to bet on yes, I think you should. It's $7.50. We're going to put $100 on that. That'll return $650 should that come in, and it very well may. So any game to go to Golden Point, yes, $7.50. And we're going to take a quick break and come back with the Notorious Pantsman Joel Harrison. Oh, it's a great honour and privilege to welcome back into the Mad Monday podcast a man on the inside across the ditch in Australia, the Notorious Pantsman Joel Harrison. G'day, mate. How you going?
Good, thanks, fellas. Thanks for having me. It's it's good to be here. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, we've already sort of raked over the coals of the Warriors season. That loss, we don't need to go there again, I don't think. But what did the Aussies make of the Warriors season over there?
I feel like I mentioned this last time I was on an ACC podcast with Lane and Fern, but I feel like a lot of the Australians, especially the people I work with, they had a soft spot for the Warriors until I sort of started working over here and just started punishing them every week, every group chat with updates. And then I think the best thing that's happened all year in Australia for these guys is the Warriors getting eliminated, and just no more punishment for me this year.
I bet. So now that the Warriors are eliminated, I think this is and we're lucky that it's happened quite late, because there's always a point in a Warriors fan season where they've got to pick another team. We're lucky that this year it's in the playoffs. It's after round 1. Who are the pundits over there saying are the best chance to take this whole thing out?
I seriously reckon that this is the most open the NRL's been in so long in terms of teams that can win. I feel like at the back of everyone's mind, Penrith is just the side that they've got the Warriors in the first round. I love the Warriors, but it was a fairly easy win for them in the end. We did put a fight up, but it was an easy win.
Some fight.
And then they're now they sort of walk into a broken down Bulldogs side as well, with Critter potentially not playing. It seems like he's been named to the 23.
Yeah.
Is he going to play? Probably not. If he does, he's probably going to be shagged as well. So, and then they go to the Brisbane and play the Broncos, and Nathan Cleary just owns the Broncos as well. He did it at Magic Round. He did it in the 23 grand final. So I feel like Penrith had an easy run to the finals. But in saying that, the Broncos and the Raiders looked amazing, and the Storm, they're just the Melbourne Storm. So yeah, it's all up in the air. Even the odds at the moment, I believe on the TAB app at the moment, the odds are all over the place, and I feel like anyone can still win.
Yeah, Panthers. Oh well, just for this weekend, Panthers $1.32 against the Bulldogs, and then Raiders $1.55 against the Sharks, who just tipped up the Roosters. So it could go anyway. I suppose over there, everyone's got their fierce allegiances to what their teams are, don't they? All the guys you're working with. I know you're pretty well connected over there, Pantsman. It goes all the way to the top with you. You know a few people. What are your inside sources saying? Are there any rumours that have come out over that side of the ditch potentially about any NRL players?
Oh, look, there's rumours going all over the place. I feel like this big name drop here. One Nathan Hindmarsh, he works at the Triple M afternoon show over here.
Eel's great.
Eel's great, mate. He's
heard
a D1 hater of the Warriors.
Is he?
That sounds like my type of guy.
Nothing gave him more satisfaction on Saturday morning after the Eels beat the Warriors, just to come in there and he's just going, "Oh, up the wires, brew, up the wires." So I feel like he's over the moon. The Warriors are out. But there's a few funny things that have gone on this week. I don't know if you've talked about it yet, but the Brandon Smith, Victor Radley situation.
We haven't.
about to go into court tomorrow, and there was an article yesterday in Sydney Morning Herald written by Michael Chamis, and it was a full exchange of all the texts between him and Radley, and all the texts between Radley and the dealer, and then a couple of dealers as well. And look, it's all in court, so there's not much we can say about that. Everything's alleged at the moment. You don't want to get in the wrong, but it was just if you have the time to go read that article in the Sydney Morning Herald, it is one of the great reads.
Yeah, no, 100%. I can barely read, but last night when that one popped up, I clicked on it and I read every word. They go through and explain like what's going on, and then at the bottom they have the full transcript of all of the texts that the courts have. Man, it's worth a read.
Not gonna lie, the way Radley was texting, he was genuinely texting like he was a part of the Black Power. I've never seen that many G's and Yolzas in one text line.
English.
A guy who texts like that should know where to score himself. That's all I'm saying.
There was a couple sort of Easter eggs in the text conversation as well. It's like there's nothing worse. You have a fear of getting your text read by anyone, let alone the police, let alone the Sydney Morning Herald, who go and leak it to millions of people all around the world. And a couple funny, or I guess it's not that funny, but
no, it's not. It's definitely not funny. But please carry on. Brandon
Smith his contact name for Victor Radley was Victor the Molester, which is just a 12-year-old. Like you have this into high school.
Fucking not funny. No,
it's not funny. It's not funny, but it's an out there name. Also, at the end, when one of the dealers was mentioning cheese, he was saying, "Oh, something went wrong." And he said, "Don't worry, my boys went around there and flogged the cunt," which is just it's not funny as well. But
send the goons out. Send the goons out.
Well, I don't know about the goons, but it's the one that they're leading with on all the headlines. Mine sorted me a short ball. A short 8 ball, if you will. Like, that is the English rugby league lock. And then you read the text between the dealers, like dealer 1, dealer 2. Can you suss them? The NRL players. I would have thought, this is an IQ test for, I mean, obviously this is all allegedly, but this is an IQ test for a rugby league player. If you're a rugby league player, surely get your mate to sort it. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously don't, first of all. But if you're going to, surely you would have someone else sort that sort of stuff out. Joel.
Yeah, I was also like, the guy was saying like, "Oh, don't fuck this up. Like these guys are NRL players." Yeah, it was just some serious glazing going on. Hey, look, I've glazed a few NRL players in my time. I can totally relate. You want to be on their good side for sure.
You wrote the book on glazing NRL players.
I just love how they went back to normal conversation though. So he obviously sorted him out his score, and then he's like, "Yeah. So we're coming down to the game next week." Just straight back into it.
There's a few other good things this week as well. Kane Evans, you might know him from Roosters fame, from Fold Some Cunt on his wrist fame.
Another Eels great.
Another Eels great. He's on a bit of a tear recently on his social media. An interesting social media is running. He's kind of going viral, and he put up a GoFundMe page the other day, which was trying to raise $1,800 to help him send it around the world. The great guys, friends of the ACC, Hello Sport, they have reached out. Sorry, and they're doing all these endorsements. It was on their Nine News endorsement. So they're on Nine Money, which is like national money over here. And they just covered the whole $1,800, put it in his GoFundMe account, which is just one of the greatest things. I went over there and checked it. He's now raised it to 5.5K.
Yes, and he's at 3,190 Australian dollars of that raise. The official GoFundMe listing is "Help a motherfucker send it, travel the world and push the limits." And there's a picture of him just sculling a beer on the on the GoFundMe. I love that.
Yeah, I know. I've heard a few rumors come out about Kane Evans. I'm not going to probably say them on here, but it feels like he's just living his life at the moment. And good on the Hello Sport boys for donating.
Yeah, it looks like he's living life for himself.
Should we kickstart a GoFundMe for us?
For us?
For us, yeah.
Let's get on the piss.
If it's that easy, I reckon.
Help 3 young motherfuckers.
Help reunite us with the Pantsman.
Yeah. R.I.P. Anything else you're hearing from the rumour mill over there? Seems like you got the hookups.
I don't know. I feel like they've announced. You go.
No, I was just going to say, have the off-season transfer whispering started over there?
Well, the biggest one is Daly Cher Evans. Everyone said that it was going to get announced as soon as Manly and Roosters have been eliminated. They've both been eliminated. Nothing's happened yet. I'm pretty sure it's all done, a deal, like it's like 500 grand plus a car, and then
jet ski.
future coaching, future coaching positions down the line. Oh, the Warriors potentially, I saw last week that they were able to talk with Khan Pereira from the Titans, which would be a great signing because we've never had a winger with pace in the last, 15, 20 years. So
26.
having a fast winger who seems like he's got good potential and just fell massively out of favour at the Titans, he could be a great signing.
I also saw the Titans have got something like 16 players off the books for next year. So it's basically they're cleaning house.
Yeah, they're cleaning house. And I don't know if this applies to another Eels great, Regan Campbell-Gillard, but I did see yesterday on Facebook, was the Gold Coast Community Titans page, a lady, I think her name was like Alyssa Campbell-Gillard, so clearly his wife, just said, does anyone want this training bag full of kit? And it was like a full Titans suitcase with Regan Campbell-Gillard's initials and number and just full of Titans gear. Someone copped that for free.
A lot of dudes have that last name, Pantsman. We don't know who that is. That's not necessarily a relation to his. So I wonder if he could be the next, big marquee free agent.
He could be. And I don't know. It feels like, I think I saw some of the Warriors have 29 out of their 30 first 30 players sorted for next year, which is a little bit concerning. But we do have that guy, Gannon, whatever it is, Morgan Gannon, I think it is, coming over from Leeds. And then a couple other young Australian signings. But I don't know. It feels like where's the money gone from Dylan Walker, Tohu Harris, Adam Fanua-Blake, Sean Johnson? We should have some money to spend on some people. Matt Lodge, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. Adam Fanua-Blake, Tohu Harris, medical retirement, then all the compassionate grounds we've had over the last couple of years. And who have we signed with that? Well, almost literally no one.
Well, we got Erin Clark last night last night at the Warriors Awards. I don't know if you guys discussed this yet. Was he robbed? Was it daylight robbery? Did he deserve at least the player's player, or if not, the Simon Mannering medal?
Well, I've got a conspiracy theory on this. We did talk about it briefly before, but my conspiracy theory is I don't think anyone would argue against Roger winning Simon Mannering medal. He played brilliantly this year. The difference between, I reckon it's 1A, 1B with him and Erin Clark. I'd probably give 1A to Erin Clark. The difference is Roger's been linked to this rugby 360 thing. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh, he might be one of the big signings or whatever. So I feel like this is the Warriors being like, please don't leave.
Please stay.
Please don't leave. We'll put a mural up in the car park right next to Simon Mannering if you stay.
I did actually hear last week as well from Michael Chamis, Sydney Morning Herald lead writer, that apparently Roger Tuivasa-Sheck is signed on that for 2027.
Really?
Permitting it all goes ahead, he's signed like a promise ring or whatever it is. It's an all but done deal for 2027, and he'll be copping up like a crazy amount of money just to go and play. And I think he's all done and locked up if it does go ahead with that. Yeah,
good on him too, because you only get to be a rugby or a league player for a certain amount of years, and the numbers they're throwing around are like millions of dollars. Millions
tax-free dollars as well for some, because it's in the Saudi Arabia or something. It's just like, look, if I got offered to go do that stuff over in Saudi Arabia, I'd be there in a heartbeat.
Bro, I'd probably pay my way.
Allegiance is out the window.
Nah, 100%. We've been calling for the Saudis to get involved in podcasting for a long time. Start sports washing through podcasts.
I did hear actually from someone on the inside of the radio world that apparently you get the good money in the UAE, the Oman. Just not a great place to take your wife.
As someone who's been over there a couple of times, I'm going to plead the fifth just in case I get sent back over on another special envoy. Thanks very much for joining us, Joel. It's been good to chat. Keep your ear to the ground, man. And if you hear anything, let us know.
No, I will do. I'll be feeding you and Di Henwood in the world famous Mad Monday WhatsApp group chat.
And Australia without rugby league is not Australia.